Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell-All. My name is Bobby Fazio. It is Tuesday already. The channel is at Driver Interviews. If you search @Driver Interviews, all one word, you'll find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure to follow, subscribe, share, like, all those things. Smash the like button, as weirdos on YouTube would say, right? Daniel K. Davis, how you doing? It is time. How's everybody doing? Ray Thurston, get off the phone. Get off the phone. Ray Thurston called me at 8:28 and wants to talk, politics. And I told him, dude, I got to go, man. I got to be on in a couple minutes. But at least he's still awake. That's a good thing. Walt Walker, there he is. Let's go, Walt. How you doing? Is Walt racing anytime soon? What's going on in Division 4? You guys have a season or what? July? Nah, nothing until September, I guess. Tulsa Raceway Park. Is that one still going on, Walt? Let me know. Steve Bruce, what's up, Steve? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday already. Tuesday, like, I'm so relieved after Tuesday night because then, Wednesday, like hump day, you know how it is. We're almost there. And then Friday is my is like usually my only day off, but I do have I don't know, like 1 or 2 tutoring sessions Friday morning, so I can live with that. What's up, Hayden Brown? How you doing? How's Nollins going? Bruce Fulper, Cal Method for president. I'll vote for him. Way to go, Cal Method. 81 years young. Brian Zenzen, what's going on, Brian? How you doing, buddy? Let us know all about your upcoming weekend. Brainerd this weekend? Hello from Durana Dragway, Milan, Michigan. Entered in Superstock. Do we have a Nitro Jam this weekend? Love it. Already? God, we're just coming off of the other Durana Dragway Columbus race. Michael Boris, what's going on? How about that Cal Method? I know, right? Reggie? Oh, no, I forgot already. Walt, what was it? Walt was right. I was wrong. What was I saying? I think I was saying Leach. So I'm going to go with Leach. Leach or Lich? Gah! There's a third pronunciation now, Reggie. Walt, help me out. Brian Cole, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. What's going on, Reggie? I was going to call you Reggie. Tom Maoli, what's up, Tom? How you doing? Hope to see Tom in November. All right. Usually get to go out to Pomona November 13th to the 16th. We'll see if it's possible this year. By the way, did anybody else see that Lindsay Snyder is moving the headquarters of In-N-Out to Tennessee, as well as like her family and I guess relatives are moving to Tennessee as well? What's up, Tim Barrett? How you doing, buddy? So I hope that Lindsay Snyder keeps the In-N-Out name on the Pomona drag strip, because that would be a bad thing. Why can't California just learn your lesson, California? Stop chasing everybody out of there, all the successful people. Like, come on. By the time I finally move there, there'll be nobody left. All right, no issues with Tulsa Raceway. Sounds good, Walt. Thank you. Finally something to look forward to. Dennis Chapman, what's up? Dennis, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hope to see you at somewhere soon. New Media in a couple weeks and or Cecil County this weekend. All right, lots of comments flying in, and I love it. But I want to get the ball rolling here. Driverinterviews.com. That's my website. If you want to purchase shirts or stickers or anything like that, let me know. I do not have any hats. I procrastinated having Mark Kirby make me hats for a long time, and very, very unfortunately, I'm still can't believe it. Mark Kirby is no longer with us, so I don't know who I'm gonna have do hats. I don't even know if I'm going to have any hats made anytime soon. But if anybody knows anybody else that does it, let me know. Hashtag the car show, by the way. Use that if you're taking pictures of your stalker, of your super stalker. If you got a video of your car going down the track or any class cars going down the track, hashtag the car show. We're the best car show on earth. Even Joe Costello said it last week. He may have been talking about the NHRA as a whole, which I can agree with, but I do think stock and super stock is a special, the most realistic cars on the property at a NHRA drag race. Draginsights.com. Check out your stats. Check out your opponent's stats. Check out your scorecards that get emailed to you after a race weekend. Hopefully you've been seeing them. Highlighted drivers every month. This past month, it was Jim Marshall, which is really cool. Jim's in an awesome, 79 Malibu or something like that, 80 Malibu. Station wagon, which is wheel standing like on the back bumper. I know Tom Baker posted a video of it recently, but I have a video that I took from Virginia that I am probably going to post. Why not tomorrow? Maybe I'll post it tomorrow. So You'll see another one of Jim Marshall doing a big wheelie, but cool car. And he is the highlighted driver this month in Drag Insights. Go to draginsights.com. Get yourself a free membership if you haven't yet. And if you want to be a premium member in order to see other people's stats, opponent stats, analytics, who's the fastest in a class, who's, how somebody's average reaction time is, you can do all that at draginsights.com. Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance. Now, our thoughts and prayers are with Don Kennedy, and we're going to have an update on Don Kennedy tonight because he had to have bypass surgery. At first, I believe he had some stents put in, but then they found something else where they had to have an emergency surgery. So Don is still in the hospital, and his wife Sharon actually is going to pop in and give us a little update tonight as to Don's condition. So Don could be reached for the race car insurance. Sharon works with him on race car insurance. So 602-284-6240 or 1DonKennedy@gmail.com. And our thoughts and prayers are with Don Kennedy. He is the basically the founder of this show here, we'll say, because he's the one that pitched the idea to me. VP Racing Fuel is the best racing fuel you can get in drag racing, I would say. Official fuel of NHRA, official fuel of IHRA as well, and pays contingency. Also paying contingency for oil too. So if anybody is using the oil, let me know. Give me some feedback on the oil. The fuel, I mean, I don't, I've gotten feedback on the fuel for as long as I've been racing, and I use the fuel. So VP Racing Fuels, thank you for your support. We got Rob Youngblood, advancedclutches.com, advancedclutches.com. Dude, check out that 8-inch billet aluminum machined clutch that I've got. I've showed you, but it's in the car now, so I can't show it to you anymore. But can't wait to get out in that 289 and rip some gears in there. Advancedclutches.com. Rob Youngblood can get you set up. If you want to go the stick shift route, PontiacEngines.com. Bruce Fulper. Pontiacs, how'd they do this weekend? Not as good as they did last weekend. The 428 did not dominate this weekend, Bruce, but that's okay. We got Sonoma coming up this weekend, so we'll see what happens there. PontiacEngines.com, Bruce Fulper, Mr. 428, Super Stock. What a combo. Thanks, Bruce Fulper, for making that such a nice combo. Oh, my goodness. I need to get myself one of them. Maybe I'll have Bruce build me one. All right, and we got Ray Minnick, the accountant, RPM at rpminnick.com, 267-247-7601. Make sure you're doing your taxes properly, guys, especially if you're racing and you want some tax tips. Ray Minnick can help you out. And rocketmancoatings.com, get your engine and drivetrain and transmission gears, oil pump gears, anything else coated by the proprietary blend that Rocketman's got. That's Rocky Jordash, rocketmancoatings.com. He can get you set up. All right, so couple more comments here, and let's see what's going on. Expanding to Tennessee. Expanding. All right, that is In-N-Out Burger. So I know that they are going to they're building stores. They're slowly getting across the country, and I'm waiting for them to get to where I live, but I just feel like I'm all the way on the Atlantic Ocean, so it might take a long time for them to get here, and it's probably for the best, because if there was an In-N-Out Burger anywhere near me, I don't know how fat I would be at this point. I mean, it's bad enough I got a Chick-fil-A right there, and I've cut back. I really have. I mean, see, I'm almost back down to one chin now, but yeah, In-N-Out Burger, forget about it. And I love that they're at the track at Pomona, but they don't have the fries there. They have chips. I don't like that. I love their fries. All right. So let's see. Terry Nolan, what's up, Terry? How you doing, buddy? And Scott Kaz locked in from Central Michigan. You going to Milan, Michigan? Let us know, Scott. Joe Collins, what's up, Joe? Down there in the Carolinas. Louis Gill up there in Canada. Louis, did you race at Napierville this weekend? Let me know. Zen, we got Brainerd International Raceway, Friday to Sunday, stock, super stock combo. Friday, 1,000 to win, 500 to runner-up. Saturday and Sunday, 2,000 to win, 1,000 to runner-up. I believe this is a race that's heavily sponsored by the Line Performance as well as others. Zen, please put them out there if you want me to shout them out. And it's only a $100 entry fee. That is a great deal. I like that. I like it. Jake Cicerelli, happy Tuesday. What's up, Jake? How you doing? Tom Gent, what's going on, Tom? Uh-oh, no sound. Is that true? Ditch with an L. Litch. All right, Reggie Litch. There it is. Reggie Litch. Got it. I won't mess that up anymore now. I will remember that. Got it now. Glitch. Okay. Are you... The timing of that comment is pretty funny. But Scott was saying no sound, and now he's saying that he got it, and it was just a glitch. And right after Reggie Litch said his name is Ditch with an L. All right. Pete Ducko, what's going on, Pete? How you doing? Jason Biscay, dude, congratulations this weekend. Great job out there in Super Street. Nicely done. Tom Baker, what's going on, Tom? How you doing? I was worried about you. Are you all right? Are you welding? Are you working? Are you relaxing? Are you fixing something at the house? Let me know. Brian Zenzen, Line, Feist, and Midwest Class Racers. Thank you, Zenzen. Way to go, guys. Sounds okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Now, let me see. I've got some results to cover. I got some birthdays. Oh, I got to do the birthdays. Hold on. Birthdays, Dragon Sight's home calendar. This is the birthdays that showed up on there. Jasmine Wider, John Breimer, and Tybe Larson were all July 16th. Jasmine Wider, John Breimer, and Tybe Larson. Happy birthday, July 16th. We had Ronnie Moorhead on July 17th. Oh, that's a famous name out of Division 1. Happy birthday, Ron Moorhead, July 17th. We had Bobby Brannon, Division 4 standout, and Lauren Kanuick, Division 1 standout, July 18th. Happy birthday, Bobby Brannon and Lauren Kanuick. They were the birthdays this past week. They were on the Dragon Sight's home calendar. All right. What's up, Bob? Scott Giordano, how you doing, buddy? Chuck Weisberg, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Louis Gill was there, 67 stock and super stock on Friday, 63 Saturday. Record turnout. That's awesome. And I heard the stands were packed. So I love it. All right. Tom Baker's working in the shop. I'll see you Saturday. All right, guys. I want to bring in Don Kennedy's wife. She's going to give us a quick update on Don and let us know kind of what's going on there. Don holds a special place in my heart, obviously, because he is this show was his idea. And I mean, he was my first sponsor. I mean, so obviously we became close friends back in 2021 when this kind of started. So I want to hear how Don is doing. Sharon, are you there? Oh, she's got some video now.
Okay. Can you
Hi,
hear me
Sharon.
though?
Yeah, we
Hi,
can
how
hear
are
you.
you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I had a little trouble uh, figuring out how to get on, but I got on, and so I'm very glad to have this opportunity to thank everybody for all their wishes and prayers and everything for Don. 2 weeks ago, come tomorrow, he had his first heart attack and uh, had a stent. Thought we were on the way to mending. He knew he needed a bypass on the other side, but where they were going to take it in stages, and he surprised us on Sunday with another massive heart attack, and it ended up being a triple bypass under emergency conditions, and it was pretty dire predictions on the outcomes. But he's doing fine. He's still in ICU. I know he was going to try to get on tonight. He's having a little difficulty with things like that. First day that he's even been interested in getting on the phone with people, but they're working him real hard. They want to get him out of that ICU, but it's just going to be a slog, and then it's going to be another at least 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks before he's all done with hospitals and the most intensive rehab. So he's pretty much out of commission. I know Bobby gave you guys his phone number and emails. I would hope that you wouldn't use him for a bit because he probably won't get through. I think everything's just paralyzed it from being too full. I have not been able to get into there. I've been spending most of my time at the hospital, but I'm coming up for air, and I invite you to text me if you have an issue that you need at 602 I would encourage you that are clients already to call the main number at Haggerty. They are well aware of all of our accounts, and anything that you need changed on your accounts, updated, they will take care of it. And they're doing real well on their service line. I've been real happy with them. That number is 800-747-5348. And I'll repeat that, 800-747-5348. 5348. They will take care of the issue and then they will forward it over to me so that I can do the follow-up with that. We're trying to, we feel real bad, but for the last 2 weeks, we haven't been taking care of our customers. And most of them have been gracious about calling in, using that line and bypassing that. I know in about 2 weeks, he's probably going to enjoy phone calls from you guys. He won't be working so hard. They're working him really hard right now. So he's going to, as time goes on, he's going to want to tune back in to all the racing. He was asking me who won this race and who won that race. I had to tell him those races haven't happened yet. He's already in August in his mind where he was hoping to race, and his doctor is really intrigued. They call him Dr. Superman. So understand, he is having great, great care at Centennial Hospital here in Nashville. And they call his doctor, he's got a long, funky name, and they call him Dr. Superman. So, and he is really proving to be that. He's fascinated with his racing. I took pictures. I have we have pictures of the race car, brought them down to the hospital room. They're all fascinated with that. They're using racing terminology when they're, when they're creating word pictures of what's going on inside his body, which helps him see understand what's happening to him. But it's been a real difficult time for all of us, but in a strange way, a happy time, because we have just been flooded with love and prayers. We know how much you pray for him. And we've got a great support system here in Nashville, so it's great. Also, many of you know Katie Van Poppel, our youngest daughter, and her husband, Brian Van Poppel. They're posting on their websites various, they do updates. And my daughter, Jenny West, our oldest daughter here, is posting on her website. You don't have to be friends with them. There's a bypass so that you can just read their posts, and you're welcome to. I know people are sharing information. You're welcome to just cut and paste those and drop them into your own email or forward them. Everybody's really glad to get the word out, because I know people are worried about them. And now my next big worry is when those In-N-Out burgers come in. We have been eagerly anticipating them, and that's probably not going to be on his diet, but we're going to have to figure a way. Maybe there's a way to, that you can have one time
Right.
in a period of time. But we're going to do In-N-Out burger. We're anticipating. We're picking. We're going to go sit in the lines that they have.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, like I said, that would be hard for me to be near an In-N-Out burger, but we're glad that Don is coming around. He's moving. They're working him hard. I'm sure he wants to get back to the track as soon as possible. We heard everything you said, but we can't see you, so I don't know if the camera is just facing away from you. We see an empty chair right now, but if you want to say hello and be seen, you're more than welcome. But if not, that's okay too. But we thank
Well,
you for all the
I
updates.
was fine with that, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do on my end to make that happen. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to push a button. I'm afraid of pushing buttons. Oh, maybe was that doing it? Or you still don't see me, do you?
No, we see just the empty chair, but that's okay. That's all right.
I'm in
We
the chair. I don't know where. It's fading me out. I don't care. But anyway, I want everybody just to know we just appreciate them, and he does too. He's excited to clear out, or I'm going to help him clear out his boxes so that he can get notes and stuff from people.
Yep. Excellent. Okay. Well, you be sure to tell him that we are asking about him and we are praying for him, and for you as well, so that you
Right,
can,
thank you.
be his strength there and get him through this difficult time. And I
Yeah.
have seen the updates on Facebook from both your daughters, so that's kind
That's
of been
great.
how I've been seeing what's going on and keeping up to speed with everything.
Well, they do real, they're really good about putting that stuff on. Not so good. I'm really trying to concentrate on things to help, be with Dawn and things like that. So, yeah, it's the support, being the support is it takes a lot of time, and it's a long commute down to that hospital. But we're doing it and doing it out of total love for him and everything we can do to get him back in good shape.
All right. Well, keep up the good work, and we hope to see
Yes.
him and you very soon, as soon as
Thank
possible.
you. Thank you
You're
for giving
welcome.
me this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You have a good evening, and we'll be keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. All right.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. All right. Bye-bye, Sharon. Thank you. All right. That was Sharon Kennedy giving us an update on Don in the hospital, but things are looking up, and it could have been, could have been much worse. I know they had to do an emergency surgery on Don, and it didn't look too good from what they were telling me. And it sounds like he pulled through. You know how hard-headed and stubborn races are. If we keep, up with this hobby that without quitting, even though the frustration and how angry that it can make you at times. I mean, getting through an emergency surgery is probably not as difficult as you would think. All right, we are stubborn, hard-headed people. All right, guys, let's see what's going on here. I got to give you some results. The Seattle Nationals. We're going out to Seattle. Some light fields out there, as one would expect, but that's how it works out there. You're just up in the upper left corner of the country, right? Doug Corey, what's going on? How you doing? Bruce Fulper, free 428, freshen up for Don Kennedy. That's very nice, Bruce. Appreciate that. Get well soon, Don, says Ray Thurston. All right, let's see what happened out there. Number one qualifier, as you would expect, out in Seattle, Washington, as I would expect anyway. Joe Sorensen, F-Stock Automatic, world champion last year, a 69 Camaro, and he ran 10.81.8 on an 11.85. That's what he qualified with. And who watched all the rounds of Stock Eliminator, by the way? It was pretty exciting. Where's Pete Lanciers? Is he at a Padres game tonight? But did anybody see that wheelie that he that he was on? He was on the back bumper in his he's got a 73 Duster. I believe Pete is also an F-Stock Automatic, and that thing was sky high up there, way up there. And partly due to I know he's got some good suspension components up in the front of that car, thanks to Tom Baker, who's on here somewhere. But man, the way that thing came down, I was a little worried. I thought there was going to be an oil pan wreckage and or other things too. He says he checked over all the suspension. He checked the oil pan. He said he checked everything. He drove it off the track. Nothing's leaking. He didn't see anything cracked or bent. So all is good. All is good. If that was a Ford, it might have been a different story. What else happened there? All right, I was a little confused in round 2 when Brad Burton raced against Brian Seberg. Seberg's got the with the Comet. It's like 13-second Comet or whatever. Burton's got the 72 Formula Firebird, and obviously Burton gave the head start, and Seberg left. Seberg was 0.26 on the tree from what I remember. Seberg just pulled over to the side. He broke something. I don't know what he broke on that car, but he broke something and just pulled over. Then Burton left the starting line and blasted by Seberg and just kept his foot to the floor and ran like a 1071 on a 1073 dial and broke out and lost. That is not something you would ever expect Brad Burton to do, let alone, anybody to do. So if anybody knows what happened there, I was very confused. My guess was he must have thought that Seberg went red and thought his board was lit up. I don't know. It was dark out at this point in time, and I guess he thought he had the race won and just stayed in it to get data for the next round. So that was it. I don't know about any of you guys, but when I watched on NHRA TV, I had a hard time when the cars would go through the finish line at the camera angle. They switch camera angles going down. It's really cool. And when they were going through the finish line, you look at the board to see one of them light up. I couldn't pinpoint where the actual win light was. So I had to rely on the live timing to pop up then, and then I would see who won. So I'm wondering if anybody at the track could verify that, or if anybody else had that problem, or if that was just me. So I'm wondering if that's what happened there with Burton. So that was crazy. Pete Lanciers was definitely trying to reach for the sky. Right? My goodness. Where's he at? We got to find him. Jerry Panza, what's going on, Jerry? Down in Florida. How you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. We miss you up here in Jersey. Move back. Move back up here. Florida's getting too expensive anyway. What else? All right, so let's get to the final round of Stock Eliminator. Joe Sorensen was #1 qualifier, and he made it to the final round against Cal Method. Now, let me tell you about Cal Method. You already know about Cal Method. I'm sure he's been racing for 100 years. He's 81 years old. He's been doing this a very long time, obviously. He had to get past Jody Lang in the first round, Steve Hahn in the second round. He got past Brian Seberg in the third round, which means he would have had Brad Burton in the third round if Brad had clicked it off. So he would have had 4 world champions on the way to this final. He had Justin Lamb in the fourth round, and then he had Sorensen here in the final. So he had 3 world champions. And in this final round, in his G-Stock Automatic 68 Nova, and going up against Sorensen in the F-Stock Automatic 69 Camaro, Cal was dialed 11.16, and Sorensen was dialed 11.06. So by a tenth of a second, Cal's getting the spot here. Cal's 59 on the tree, which was his worst light. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was his second worst light. He was 70 against Jody Lang in round 1, and he got by. I think that might have been when Jody Lang was 001 red. Or was that in Supers? Now I'm confusing everything. But anyways, Cal's 59 in the final round, which against Sorensen, that's not usually going to get it done. But Sorensen was 90 on the tree. That is not like Sorensen. He dialed 11.06, and he ran an 11.08 down there at 117 miles an hour. Cal Method was 59 on the tree, like I said, and he ran an 11.21 on the 11.16. So he was out of it at 112 miles an hour. Taking as little stripe as possible, taking 1 thou, taking 12 10 thou to be exact down there. And when you do the math, that is 2 inches. He won that race by 2 inches. He's 81 years old. He's the oldest national event winner in NHRA history. So congratulations, Cal Method. That's his second national event win. And I don't know how many finals. So that is got to be a great feeling. I'm so happy for him. Congratulations, Cal Method. Congratulations, Joe Sorensen, on your runner-up finish. Ashley Hall, which is who's Chris Hall's daughter, she wrote a nice post here that I want to read out loud. She said she wanted to congratulate a huge congratulations to the D6 Hall of Famer and our good friend Cal Method for winning the Seattle National. Going strong at 81 years of age, Cal had to take out some great racers in the Northwest, including 3 world champions, to get his first national event win since 1983. 42 years. That's the year I was born. That's the last year Cal got his national event win. And that's in his first national event final since 1998. So there you go. He hasn't been in a national event final since 98. The year I was, no, I didn't, nothing. I was in like 10th grade. If it weren't for Cal, the Halls would not be where they are today in stock and super stock. So way to go, Cal, Marianne, Kathy, and Todd for the wonderful weekend you had. It was a lot of fun to watch and hang out with you guys this weekend. And Dad and I are super stoked for you guys. So there you go. That's from Ashley Hall. It's a nice message there. Congratulations, Cal Method. What an accomplishment. All right, now let's go into super stock. So Brad Burton, he is capable of qualifying #1 in this 91 Firebird. He's got GTF automatic, and it's got one of them 428 combos that we were talking about earlier. He qualified with a 921.8 on a 1025. So when Brad sees an odd number of cars and he feels like going for it and getting that first round by, he's highly capable of doing it. So it's pretty normal for him, and he wins so many rounds. He goes so many rounds that he can easily fix his average when he has to. However, he did not make it to the final round here. Now, he had a killer week. He won 3 races. He got 3 Wallies last weekend in Woodburn, Oregon. So he came here. Round 2 went, did not go the way he wanted to in Stock Eliminator. But here in Super Stock, he also didn't have much luck either. Because the final round was contested between Troy Olsenowski in the Wagons of Steel 66 Malibu wagon. We love that thing. 283 powered wheel standing Malibu wagon. And he went up against Justin Lamb, a name that you're going to hear all the time out in Division 7 and Division 6, I should say. In a Super Stock A modified stock 2023 Camaro Copo. So let's see. Olsenowski was running Super Stock O automatic this weekend. He kind of runs N automatic every once in a while, O automatic. He kind of moves back and forth. Now, if you thought the last final round was close, wait till you hear this one, okay? So Olszanowski dials 1169. Now, mind you, he qualified with like an 11:30 or something like that. I don't have his qualified time in front of me, but he does not race the way he qualified. He qualified at a second under the index. I think he was number 2. He was trying to get that number 1 spot, I imagine, but Brad Burton got it. However, Olszanowski, when he races, it's kind of fun to watch because it's like he's using a throttle stop down at the top end, but all he's doing is, he's just lifting at around the 1,000 foot and coasting. He actually goes slower through the finish line than he does through the 8th mile. So he dials an 1169 here. He goes about 91 miles an hour to the finish line. And in the competition, especially in Justin Lamb's case, comes flying by. And it's probably hard to judge for both racers down there. I don't know how Troy really does it. And I don't know how Justin Lamb would have done it here. Lamb dialed 861. Now, when you hear these reaction times, neither one of them is like on par with these two drivers. Olszanowski was leaving first. He was 066 on the tree. Usually, if you're 66 against Justin Lamb, you might as well just put the car in reverse and just drive back to the trailer. Don't even waste the run. Don't even put the wear and tear on your car. What's the point? Because Lamb's never going to be 66. I've never seen Lamb like 30. However, he was 070 here, so I can't believe it. Okay, Olszanowski had a 4th advantage off the starting line against Justin Lamb, and he had an 066 light. So here we go. We're headed down track. Olszanowski's dialed 1169. There he goes, 1,000 foot, lifts out of it, starts riding the brake pedal. Lamb dialed 861. He's down there, 153 miles an hour. Lamb runs an 862.6 on the 61. He's 16 thou over his dial in. Olszanowski is 20 thou over his dial in, 1171.0 on the 1169 dial, and by a margin of 0.0008, that is 0.8 of a second, 1 inch, Justin Lamb gets the win. Okay, so 2 inches for the stock eliminator final, 1 inch for the super stock final, and Justin Lamb gets his 33rd national event win. Wow, I can't believe it. By 1 inch. How about that? All right. Yep. Now do 1 inch, Bruce. CCRA Stock Super Stock Combo this weekend, July 26th at Coastal Plains Dragway, Jacksonville, North Carolina, and it is a double. That is the Carolina Class Racers Association. All right. Thank you for that, Joseph Eustace. Appreciate that. All right. What else happened? Napierville. We had a triple 5K in Canada. That's Napierville, Quebec. Full spectators, they said. Filled, packed house. I think they brought in a top fuel car to make some exhibition runs also. I love it. Love it. Love it. That's what you got to do. You want to make some money. You want to pack the house. You got to market and you got to, spend a little. Can't be afraid to spend $5 to make 10. All right. Friday, this is just, these are national opens, so you're not going to find results anywhere. But after a little searching, I found that on Friday, this was from classracer.com, Ingram got the win over Reinhardt. I don't know Ingram's first name. It escapes me right now, but Reinhardt is Marty Reinhardt, and in the semifinals was Clint Walters. So Clint Walters runs a super stock Gen 3 yellow Camaro. Marty Reinhardt's got a 69 Camaro in super stock. I'd say E-automatic. Ingram, though, I'm not sure what class Ingram runs. So somebody remind me if they could. So that was $5,000 to win on Friday. Saturday, another $5,000 to win. Allison Dahl in the 98 Firebird Portatree. She got the win over Trevor Irvin, and he's in a blue C-Stock automatic Nova. So this was a combo race, and 2 stockers were in the final there on Saturday. And in the semifinals, it was, I'm told, Adam Strang and or Clayton. And I can't remember Clayton's first name either. So that's all I got. I don't think they ran on Sunday. I think Sunday may have gotten rained out. If anybody has any questions, concerns, complaints, or anything to add to that, post it now or forever hold your peace. Pete Ducko, unbelievable on those 2 finals. I know, right? My goodness. My goodness. Okay, what else do we have this weekend? We've got The Mid-Atlantic Stock Superstock Association at Cecil County Dragway this weekend. That's Rob Keister's association. He kind of took over for Dave Lay. $22.50 to win in the stock Superstock combo race, and I believe $150 to enter the race. And they have the Uncle Buck Pig Roast this weekend. This is at Cecil County Dragway. Unfortunately, I will not be there this weekend, so I have to miss this race this weekend. So good luck, anybody that's heading there. I'm mad to be missing the pig roast because I love it. It's so good. It's a fun race, and this is a very great association that Rob Keister's put on. It's got sponsored dollars in it. It's only, cheap entry fee for a nice payout. Mike Ingram, G-Stock Automatic. Thank you, Louis Gill. I know I could count on you. Paul Gunther, what's up, Paul? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me know how the car is coming along. All right. Where else are we headed this weekend? As we said, CCRA, Carolina Dragway. So be sure to check that out. And the Sonoma National event this weekend in Wine Country, California. Right? Now, that weather looks amazing. Like 70s on Friday, 70s on Saturday, and maybe low 80s on Sunday. I think no rain in the forecast. I hope I don't jinx it, but what a beautiful place. I have to get out to that track one of these years. My goodness. I keep putting it off, and I shouldn't because it's California. You don't never know how long a drag strip's going to last in California, the way that state's going. All right. So good luck anybody heading to Sonoma. Not much of a car count as usual. 1 grade point gets you in this race every year. Let's just check it. I think there's like 28 stockers or something last I checked. Yeah, 28 stockers, 33 super stockers. You got more super stockers than stockers. That's pretty rare. So be on the lookout for the Drag Insights drivers to watch. So if you read those drivers to watch and you see those drivers to watch, it's always last year's stock winner, the solid performer, and the driver to keep an eye on. You do that for stock and super stock. So it's 6 total drivers. Now you may read these and say, well, why isn't Justin Lamb the solid performer or Jody Lang? Well, what we try to do is use different racers, and we try to use in-division racers. So at Seattle last weekend, we tried to use all Division 6 racers because it's a Division 6 national event, right? Plus, you don't want to keep using the same racers all the time. You want to mix it up. You want to give some other people a little bit of, publicity or whatever it is. You put their picture up with it. So if they're last year's winner, you don't get a choice with that. But for the solid performer and the driver to watch, you're trying to find somebody in the division that you haven't used yet. So that's the way that works if anybody had any questions. But they're fun. They get a lot of views on Facebook. So we're going to keep doing them. Be sure to sign up for Drag Insights because sometimes they'll say, you'd be wise to check out what this racer's lane preference is or what this racer's win percentage is when chasing versus getting chased. And when they throw those little nuggets out there, you want to go log into Drag Insights and check it out because you might be surprised. The guy might win 70% of the time when he's chasing and, might only win 30% of the time when he's getting chased. So that's something to look at. All right. Sonoma is Ray Thurston's favorite track. Geez, Ray, he did the tour. He used to be a touring pro. He's been everywhere. He's been to Seattle. He's been to Sonoma. Should we go back? Can we catch a cheap flight? Where do you fly into? Do you fly into like San Francisco when you're going to Sonoma? Which airport is the closest to Sonoma? Can somebody let me know so I can plan that trip for next year? California sucks for tracks. We have nothing left. I know, man. Like, what the heck? So, yeah, like I said, I got to get to Sonoma. No birthday ice cream cake for you on Saturday. Oh, damn it. It is Tom's. Tom, I thought your birthday is always at New Media. How dare your birthday move to this weekend? But happy early birthday. You'll get your shout out next Tuesday. Guy might be 50 red and running the index. That's the touring pro Ray Thurston. That's what he does. 50 red and runs the index. And then when you race him first round, you don't know what you should do. So you try to cut a 40 light and it turns up 80. All right. Where else? What else do we have? Is Indy no AHFS? They haven't made a formal announcement, but I just assume that it's always no AHFS because they haven't had the AHFS on at Indy since 2021, the last I remember. So in 22, 23, and 24, there has been no AHFS take your car out of the trailer once a year, go 240 under with it, and put it back in the trailer. So if anybody hears otherwise, or they have not made that announcement yet, let me know. And let us know if you guys think that it's cool that there is no AHFS. I know the majority does not want the AHFS on at Indy, but I don't know. Like you probably heard me say 100 times. I don't know if I like that people can bring a car out and go like super fast with it and then put the car away for the rest of the year. It doesn't really get raced other than that, and the combo will never get adjusted because it only races at an open and at Indy like once or twice a year. So let us know if you can come up with a way to fix that problem, or if you just don't care about that problem. All right, guys. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting right now? Let me know. Oh, let's go over the points. Top 5, Stock Eliminator National League. We've got Jeff Atkinson, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr., Joe Sorensen's in 3rd, Jeff Strickland's in 4th, and Josh Decker is in 5th. That is Stock Eliminator. Super Stock, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. is in 1st, so he's in 2nd in stock. He's in 1st in Super Stock. He's could be on his way to another world championship. Leo Glassbrenner is in 2nd. Kevin Helms in 3rd. Brad Burton is in 4th. And Pete Diagnolo is in 5th. And then in each division, we got Johnny Gray, Division 1, Stock Eliminator, Pete Diagnolo in Super Stock. Division 2, Jeff Strickland in stock, Monty Bogan in Super Stock. Division 3, Josh Decker in stock, Fred Bartoli in Super Stock. Division 4 is Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. in stock and Super Stock. Division 5 is Ellis Booth in stock, Jason DeForest in Super Stock. Division 6 is Brad Burton in stock and Super Stock. Division 7 is Kyle Rizzoli in stock and Leo Glassbrenner in Super Stock. Haven't heard Kyle Rizzoli's name all that much this year, but I do see him on the Sonoma entry list, so see if he can do some damage this weekend. July 26th every year. Oh, man, are you sure? All right, save me some ice cream. Save me some ice cream. When's the 26th? Is that Saturday? Man, I definitely can't get there on Saturday. I might have been able to come on Sunday, but we'll see. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Tom. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm tired, and I'm going to bed. So if I missed anything, just post it, and I'll be sure to share it. Have a good week. Good luck anybody that's racing this weekend. Good luck at Sonoma. Be on the lookout for the drivers to watch this weekend. Be sure to share them if you want us to keep writing them. It's nice that they're getting a lot of views. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, just like we always say. All right, guys, have a good week. Take care. Go out, make some money, and then go racing. Have a good one. See you.